talking about me fucking figuring out how to work the camera. So, hi everybody. Welcome to oh shit. Well, not oh shit, but welcome to Top Deck. It's Bridging the Geekdoms new off-topic podcast with your boy. Oh wait, no, there we
that
go.
way.
Yeah. I'm used to being on his side, so it's weird to me now. With Robert Slavinsky, the other host of Bridging the Geekdoms.
Swag.
Yo. So, anyway, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, man? You know, this is I always like trying new things out, so this is Top Deck. I like it. I'm kind of excited about it. You know, Top Deck, and not that we're going to be talking about card games, but you know, I do have my Magic, deck of Magic cards here. So
Nerd. Actually, so like we just started packing to move because we move in. Nice. I'll date the episode here. It's like 2 or 3 weeks. My Magic cards are somewhere back in that mess. Actually, there's a couple binders right there with Magic cards in them. But so yeah, basically we're just gonna start bullshitting, and I think we're gonna try to talk about some board games and stuff.
That's green. You're not gonna be able to see it.
Oh shit! it's a Grogu, but he's the color of the background.
Another one.
Oh well, you can kind of see the outline of that one. That actually kind of looks badass.
We got to put it in front of my face for it to look cool. But those who are listening have no idea what the hell we're doing here. So
join the party. We're just here bullshitting. I mean, if you really think about it, we haven't sat down and actually bullshit on a podcast since pre-COVID. But even then, it's been like 2017.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, I do kind of miss it. That was some of my favorite stuff. Was just you and I sitting there bullshitting about anything and everything that we cared about. It was only over the last year or so that I kind of got more into the news aspect of podcasting, because I was doing a lot of it by myself. So there's no rapport with myself. I had to find a way to do it.
Well, I mean, if you're just bipolar, you got a lot of rapport.
Very true. Very, very true. But no, yeah, I'm looking forward to just bullshitting. So that's pretty much what this show will be. We still don't know how often we're gonna do it.
Yeah, it's up in the air. I mean, it's just nice to bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of want to start something here though before we kind of really get into it. Last week, you and I were able to. This is 2 weeks in a row. First of all, that we're doing a show together, which is awesome. But last week we did a show, and it blew the fuck up. Like crazy blew up. And
I won't alarm you, but I do have a presence. No, I'm kidding. It was
it's all because of you. It's all because of you. No, I mean it was crazy how much it blew up. So I kind of wanted to just talk about this, and the reason why it blew up was I was discussing
there's us.
Grace Randolph. Okay. And a lot of people got mad at me because I was criticizing her. I criticized her because and somebody said it really well in one of the comments that she's a grifter. She's a YouTube grifter. She's found a way to just do her to do her thing to full fans, to full people, to be popular, to be quote unquote famous, YouTube famous, I guess you could say. And people were pissed off at me because I was saying that Grace is awesome. You can see the 125 comments of Grace is great, end of story. Grace has the receipts. I don't always agree with her, but blah blah blah. You all better leave Grace alone. So my question is, am I wrong about Grace? Like, am I actually wrong? Is there something that I just am wrong about? That's kind of my question about the whole thing.
I just think people drink the Kool-Aid a little too much. Speaking of, this is not Kool-Aid. It's a really cool Sierra Nevada I found. But it is. It's called Sierra. Can we show this on YouTube?
I guess. I don't know.
It's a Sierra Nevada wild little thing. It's a sour ale. And it's actually good. It's like strawberry and citrusy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think people just drink the Kool-Aid, and it's a bandwagon thing of, this person liked it and this person liked it. So I like it. It's like mob mentality.
It's just real annoying because Yeah, of course, one of the first things I said was how she never responded to a message I sent her 6 years ago. And everybody kind of latched onto that in the comments like, oh, you're just a fanboy who's butthurt because she didn't respond to you. And it's not that at all. I was just highlighting one of the many aspects that started to open my eyes and seeing what kind of person she is. And I'm not sitting here saying that anybody needs to go ahead and, hold their hand out to help everybody up. Yeah, I mean, it's the world's cutthroat, and sometimes you have to be cutthroat to get ahead. But there's a certain point when you just ignore your fans or treat your fans like shit, like she does, which then in turn just should open your eyes and realize, you know what? She's not in this for anything but herself, not for the fans. Even what she's doing, the information she's putting out is not for the fans. It's for her to continuously get more and more popular. And that's my problem with this whole thing. I did not get my take on Grace Randolph wrong. I did not. And whether you want to sit there and fight with me about it, go right ahead. All more power to you to fight with me about it, because you want me to get receipts. I don't have receipts because she deletes everything that is she's wrong about, or that she is mad about, or if she doesn't like somebody, she unfollows them or blocks them. There's no way to get receipts for that kind of stuff because of the way she is. And you need to realize this. She's not for the fans. She's totally in it for herself. And if you want to enjoy her shit, go right ahead. Enjoy it. More power to you. But just keep in mind that there could be that one time where you message her on Twitter just slightly contradicting something she says, and you're going to be blocked, because that's the kind of person she is. And it's ridiculous that fans and not just fans, but people are buying into her bullshit. I went into it how, she hates Henry Cavill. Then somebody reminded me, brought up this stuff about Jessica Chastain and how she made a really weird video about Jessica Chastain and how much she essentially doesn't like her. She then deleted it. It's just, there's stuff like that goes on with her. And I didn't get her wrong. I didn't. And that's that. I'm sorry. I needed to
It's all
talk
good.
about that. I had to.
Well, that's the idea of Top Deck. Like, we don't try to get too political, and we don't try to get too ranty on Bridging the Geekdoms.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I'm not saying get super political, but like, just rant and get some stuff off your chest, and we'll just talk about things. It's a therapy podcast.
Oh, I'm all for therapy podcasts. All for it. Yeah, I mean, you could just see there's so much here that, people are, you guys are obsessed with her. That's cringe. Yes, I'm obsessed with her. Absolutely. I'm completely obsessed with her. It just pisses me off. That's all. All right. So enough about that, and stuff. Go ahead. So what else do you want to talk about?
But anyway, back to 2017. I was thinking about, I don't think I could physically do it anymore, but I miss those floor hockey days.
Oh, man. I know I couldn't physically do it.
I don't think I can physically get on the ground
My
anymore.
knee couldn't handle it.
Same.
Not at all. Oh, man,
I just went
crazy.
I just went to the doctor today, and she pretty much just ignored all my back problems and was like, "Here's your refill of Advair," and pushed me out the door. I was like, "Okay."
That's pretty much all doctors do anymore. No offense to the good doctors out there, but like I've gone to a few doctors over the past few years, and trying to find one that really works for me. And it seems like they're always just so quick to like, well, here, try this. Here, try this. Here, do this. Here, try this.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to blame the doctors. Sometimes I think it's the insurance companies. I know I've had a lot of trouble with insurance companies. Like, I have a bad knee, and they want me to do like 8 weeks of physical therapy, which is 2 to 4 days a week. And it's going to be $25 out of pocket every visit. I have to somehow get that money, somehow get the time. And it's like, we know that my knee's screwed up. It would be cheaper for the insurance just to pay for the MRI to see it.
Yeah.
But they won't do an MRI until I do 6 to 8 weeks of therapy. It's like, you're paying more for the therapy insurance than the MRI.
Well, that was like, so the whole reason I had to go to the doctor was to get medicine for, Nicole. And because her insurance, so Advair from CVS is $456 or something like that. Her insurance wanted her to pay $500.
Jeez.
$50 more than the price of the medicine. I was like, well, I'll go get it, whatever. So that's why I went. But yeah, insurance is weird. It's a bunch of people that have no medical degree telling you what you need to do to live. Yeah, it's like, no, that's not how that works.
No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. It's
that's
maddening.
Big Pharma being Big
So I mean, we were kind of talking about 2017, and not to get all nostalgic and everything like that, but think about this. I mean, 2016 is when we really started. I think we met late 2016, you and I, and we
Yeah, it was.
started laying the groundwork for our podcast. And prior to that, I was podcasting with Brian and with Ryan and doing
Oh,
different
wait.
things.
Hold on. He who shall not be named.
He who shall not be named. But during that time, it was kind of like all we wanted to do is just sit around and talk about nerdy shit. Like that's what we wanted to
Yeah,
do. And I think it really started because of our love of Star Wars. And
that's actually how the friendship started, honestly.
pretty much. So, and I think it was kind of, wasn't it? I think I was like, hey man, would you ever want to do a podcast or some shit like that? But
Yeah, and
would
I was
you,
like, you read my mind.
but I mean, think about it. I mean, that was 2016, 2017. Here we are in 2022. And I mean, the podcast, granted, we haven't been as consistent with it over the years as we would like to have been, but it's still there. It's still going. Like, did
Yeah,
you ever think
it's.
it would be 5, 6 years and it was still going?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, in the sense that it is now, kind of, because I had never thought we would turn away from the nerdy shit, but uh, yeah, it got bigger than I thought it would. Sorry,
Yeah. Oh, you're
this
fine,
is
dude.
happening right here. I don't care. I'm not editing out me pouring this. Um, I didn't think we'd get as big as we did. Like remote control, after we had to change the name of the remote control for a
Yeah.
podcast that didn't upload for 3 years. um, I thought that was a step back, and then bridging the geekdoms stuck and it took off.
Yeah, it really did. I really like what, and it also helps that we've come in contact with some really amazing people along the way, and that's what I always like to highlight whenever I talk to people about the podcast and how we've gotten to where we are. I like to highlight the fact that there are people in the community who were willing to help. I mean, there's certain
Yeah,
things like just making a feature image or a logo. At the time, you and I struggled with trying to understand whether it was Photoshop or whatever, Microsoft Paint. I was using Microsoft Paint
yeah,
at one time to
way
try
back
and
in the
make
day there.
logos. And we couldn't really get all that stuff figured out, and it was the help of the community. And even Deej with helping with audio, or
Yeah,
John and Kenrick helping in many different ways, and then giving us an outlet to get our voices heard even more. It's been incredible, and that's what I've loved about this entire journey to this
yeah,
point. And what a lot of people don't seem to understand is that's what's going to help this community thrive. When we sit there and we're putting on a podcast basically weekly at this point, and 2 or 3 videos a week, we're going up against people like Joe Rogan. We're going up against Michael Rosenbaum and the guys from Scrubs and the Boy Meets World
yeah,
guys and Kevin Smith, and there's so many other podcasters out there that they just need to say, hey, I'm doing a podcast, and they immediately get a million subscribers
yeah,
because of their name and their brand. We're not able to do that, so we have to push and drive it for every little bit. And the only way that I tell people, the only way that's going to happen is if you help each other out within the community. And
yeah,
granted, we're not that big, but I'm pretty proud of what we've gotten to and what we've grown to this point. And something I'm proud of. I mean, we just hit 5,000 hours on YouTube. About a year and like 4 months, give or take. 5,000 hours viewed on our YouTube, and that's pretty crazy to me. And I mean, not to toot my own horn, but a lot of that was me.
oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Well,
that's not. I'm not saying that to
yeah,
to jab at you or anything, but it really. I mean, it was just a lot of hard work and just trying different things for the last year and a half, 2 years, even just doing different types of ways of putting videos up, in my car, on my back porch, sitting here at my desk, doing
yeah.
interviews, doing different things.
In
And
in
it's
the
been a journey.
the hallways of a Star Destroyer.
Yes, I'm in the halls of the Star Destroyer now. Yes, yes. That's where
but
my 3D printer is. It's down the hall there. So,
but I mean, COVID really helped out with a lot of like of the experimentation, because that's where we got a
yeah,
lot of our interview experience, and we
very
learned how
true.
Photopia, well, Photoshop, sorry.
Photoshop,
Um,
Photopia type of thing. Yeah.
and all of our we got really progressed because we had nothing else to do. We had days to just do
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
And
So
I mean, it definitely did help during the pandemic, but it also helped a lot of other people during the pandemic.
yeah,
And it was kind of really easy to get lost in the fold with all of that. And there was a little peak, probably mid to end of 2000. There was a bit of a peak, and it was pretty much towards the end of 2000 that I started pushing YouTube and doing a lot on YouTube. And that's kind of where I felt more comfortable doing things myself as opposed to just coming up here, sitting and looking at my computer screen and seeing squiggly lines for my audio going across. So
yeah,
that's kind of why I think it really helped, because I was able to grow. I was able to try different things the entire time, and this you can see even just from the quality of the images, the backgrounds, the feature,
yeah.
the everything has grown. I was looking at the YouTube the other day and I'm like, holy shit, 2 years ago or year and a half ago, what the hell was I thinking? Why did I think that looked good? Like, why would I even put
Yeah.
that image up?
That's like
It's
the
crazy.
progress of that. That's the growth of the growth of the podcast. There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know why I
Yeah.
kept saying wanting to say progress there, but
But yeah, I mean,
like
here's our channel right now. I mean, it's getting up there, 1.4 thousand subscribers, which isn't bad. I think it's pretty nice. And I mean, our views fluctuate quite a bit. Like this.
yeah, that 2.3 just because of me.
But 8 views on some, and some of them have 300-400 views. I got a new interview out that just went up 3 hours ago, got 500 views already. People are checking that out. People like interview stuff, and then I have some YouTube shorts on here that broke 100,000 views. So it's crazy the type of um, growth we've seen and how we've seen it, and it's just
Yeah.
trial and error, see what works, doesn't work. And I've never been in this, and I don't think you've ever been in this to become rich. It's just been kind of fun
No,
to learn and
it's a
get
hobby.
and grow. Exactly.
And that's
Speaking of hobbies,
if anybody's watching this for oh, I'm gonna get rich and famous, it's not gonna, statistically speaking, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get rich and famous from a podcast.
no,
It'd be
definitely
cool.
not.
It would be super cool if it happened, but I mean, you
You
just
can
gotta,
make a career out of it. You can
yeah,
absolutely make a career out of it. I actually applied for a position today. They're looking for a creator that does essentially what this is here, what we do on Bridging the Geekdoms. They're looking for that. And it's kind of like, well, for the last 6 years, I've been learning how to do
yeah,
all this. And why not apply? And what the hell if they let me keep my channel and do my thing, but still do theirs,
yeah.
why
Why
the hell
not?
not? Why not go for it? I
Yeah,
think they were looking, what was it, like $2,500 a month to do it.
that's not
So
bad.
yeah, it'd be a nice side job.
Yeah, 5 minutes of work. That's
It's a little more than 5 minutes of work,
no.
bud.
I
But
mean, you got it down.
I
See,
wish I got it down to that.
that's what sucks about my well, for anybody that doesn't know, I work for USPS. It's like 612s and it's miserable. That's why I'm I try to do stuff when I can. That's why I'm popping in the lives and writing comments. I'm like, you won't be able to hear me over the vehicle, but comments are better than nothing, I guess.
True, definitely. But we were just talking about hobbies. So what have you been doing? I mean, honestly, let's put a little context here. You and I actually haven't hung out in person for
Oh, good God. It's been
probably.
2 years, I think.
Well, no, you guys came. You and your girlfriend came over for a game night last year sometime. I want to say
Was that last year?
that was like last fall, I think.
Oh, well, yeah, because we were down here.
So
So
it's been
yeah, it's
almost a
been about a
year,
year. Yeah.
almost a year since we've hung out. So besides work and your girlfriend, what have you been doing to occupy your time?
Sleeping. No, I'm kidding. Well, kind of, not really. Well, I'm shocked they haven't been kicking the door in. Well, we got a golden doodle, so that's fun.
And I still
Uh,
want your golden doodle to meet my Bernedoodle.
yeah, that would be dope. Well, Tobe met your Bernedoodle. Well,
Yeah, but
he was terrified of him.
completely terrified of him because he's like 10 times the size.
Well, he's a little bigger now. He's not a puppy like he was when we met, or when they met. When the whole journey, I got 2 weenie dogs and a golden doodle now.
Yeah,
It's been a fun time. But other than that, I've been playing like Call of Duty competitively. So
weird.
I suck still, but not as bad as I did.
Yeah, I've been trying. I was trying so hard to get you to just play Halo. Like when
Well,
Halo came out last year, I'm like, dude, just get Halo. Play. It's free to
I
play. It's just
I
have
suck at
Xbox Live. That's
Halo.
all you need.
Ow.
So I mean, I don't like. I'm not great. Like I couldn't go and compete anywhere, but I'm not terrible. You just gotta play.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
It's just
I've been trying
fun.
to get. Well, this dying. Well, speaking of 2017, I'm still using the PC we used in 2017.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I've upgraded twice since then.
well, today, fun fact, before we started, like 2 o'clock, again, I'm dating the episode, like 2 o'clock, I have two monitors and one of my monitors froze. So I was like, and I tried to do like the refresh. I tried to use Task Manager and nothing was working. So I had hard reset. It took 45 minutes to start up from the welcome screen. So I'm like, I got to get a new
Dude,
computer.
I know you want a game, but you need to get yourself
I
like a
just need
gaming
something.
get yourself a gaming PC, for gaming, but I'm telling you, man, Mac is the way
Well,
to go.
that's the idea. I want to get
You can get
a
a
Mac
Mac
for
Mini.
editing and stuff like that.
Get a Mac Mini. You could probably because the Mac Minis, the base starts off at like $600 or something like that. Now I think it's like
Oh, that's not bad.
$599 or $699, and that's what I have, and I got it on eBay through a bidding war for $375.
Down in them trenches.
And it's been treating me beautifully since I got it.
Hmm.
Now it is the base model, so it's only 8 gig of unified memory and 256 SSD. So it's not
Nothing
crazy
special,
powerful.
but
But I mean, there's these new Mac processing chips are just phenomenal. Like what they can do, and like I was telling you before I started, and I just fell into the Apple ecosystem like
I
nuts over last year.
was just gonna say you used to criticize the shit
Oh
out of
man.
Apple,
And
and
here
now
I
you're an
am.
Apple man.
Here I am right now. Apple Watch on. My iPhone is my camera. My iPad is my second monitor. With a Mac Mini right here. it's just
Yeah, and you
it's
were like, I
absurd.
will never get Apple.
I was totally anti-Apple, but what it came down to is I've always been curious. I was like, let's give it a shot. And I was due for an upgrade, and I was like, what the hell? Let's just go for the iPhone. And I got the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I went crazy and got the most expensive one because I'm a
Yeah,
dumbass. And I just fell in love with the ease of use with the phone. And I then got to watch the Apple Watch, and I was like, damn, they like the two of them work together really well. And then I got really like curious about the Mac computers, like laptops and such. And one of my fiance's friends, one of Dominique's friends, was selling one, an older one, but I was like, you know
yeah.
what? It's cheap. I think it was like $300 she was selling it for. I was like, what the hell? I'll get it. And that sat in a corner for a while because I was more afraid of doing anything with a computer. Like a phone, yeah, I can do that. A watch, that's fine. But I've was integrated to Windows since 1992, and I haven't done
Yeah.
or used anything since. So it sat there for a while. And then I got my 3D printer. It's like, you know what? This is going to be my 3D printer computer. So everything I have to do 3D printing has to go off this computer. So then I started using it. And then Dominique got for Christmas from her work an iPad Pro. And I
Nice.
played with it for like 10 minutes and I fell in love. So then I went and bought an iPad.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
I have.
just crazy. Just this rabbit hole of just
It's
falling.
not mine, but I have the newest model right here.
Oh, well, whose is that?
It's my pap's.
Ah,
I know he'll never watch this. It's his Christmas gift.
why'd you get him that and not you?
Well, we're gonna get real sad here for a second. In 2020, when COVID was happening, and like him and my gram got it, and that bitch gave me it when she died, and they had to do like everything via video chat.
Yeah.
Well, he was afraid to turn on a tower, like press the power button. He wasn't about it. So it took my mom sitting on the porch with her phone FaceTiming through a window for him to like be like, maybe I'm gonna learn technology. So that's his Christmas gift. Well, it was supposed to be his birthday gift, but I worked too much to see him on his birthday. So it's his Christmas gift.
Oh man! Hopefully he doesn't watch this and get spoiled for him.
Oh, he still doesn't know how to turn on a computer, so I'm good.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't answer my question. Why didn't you get yourself a new one? Because that right there. Because I'm telling you right now, use your look. You want to record stuff? Use your phone. Get LumaFusion for your iPad.
I have LumaFusion for my phone.
Yeah, well, it would work on your iPad then. So just get an iPad, and you could record everything on your phone. And then throw it on your iPad, edit it, and there you go. It would look 10 times better than what your camera looks like right now. Look at my camera. This is my camera. Obviously, I have lights everywhere, but this is my camera.
I just have that window. But I mean, I have an old iPad.
No, don't you think I know where it's probably at. Doesn't work. You probably have like a 6th gen or a 7th gen, and
I don't even remember when I got it.
It's probably not going to work. You're going to have to get a new one. And honestly, I use an iPad Air, and the iPad Air does exactly what I need. If you're doing 20-minute, 30-minute long videos, it's perfect. The only thing I would recommend is getting as much storage as you can for it. That's the only thing I would recommend. But get an iPad Air. I mean, that's going to be your probably the lowest model you would want to get to do that. So, but that right there, I think is $799.
Well, that's the idea. Well, see, I'm trying. I got you could probably. Oh no, it's buried back there. But I have my third monitors behind that stack of games right there. So I have a DSLR somewhere. I have this whole setup. I'm gonna actually have so. I cannot for the life of me remember the guy his name was Josh, but I can't remember from Haunting Season the guy I interviewed.
Josh Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling. Sorry if you're watching this, I apologize. But kind of how he stands up in front of kind of a set type thing is what I'm aiming for when I do video game reviews and stuff like that. So if you want to check out that interview, it's right there. It's really good. Guy's really interesting. I'm going to reach back out to him because I have his phone number. I'm going to see if he'll join us on either this or for another interview.
Look at all these amazing interviews we've had or people that we've had on. It's been a good time.
We still haven't done that Inception one where I interview you.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe we should do that sometime. Yeah, definitely. But no, hey, I got the green screen here. I got a green screen right here. It's not that hard. I mean, all you need to do is, have a camera stand. And even if you have your DSLR, I'm sure it takes an SD card, right? So
I'm sure I haven't even taken it out of the box. So I'm going to set everything up when we move. Yeah,
hook up your mic to your shitty ass computer, throw on Audacity, just do a clap, and that'll be your to put it together and just start recording, and then there you go. I mean, you're making it more difficult than it needs to be. You're you want to make it as simple as possible. There are ways to do it, Colton. And don't come at me because I know all the different ways you could do it now.
First, let's be honest. I'm not going to clap. I'm probably going to shit my pants into the mic. But we weren't going to move. We found out we were moving 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago or something like that. And I was like, I have all this shit and I'm going to set it all up and it'll be cool. And then I was like, well, now it's not even worth taking out of the box. So yeah, I'm going to probably simplify it down a lot because I still want to do that podcast I pitched to you with my lady friend, Nicole. Well, I guess I said her name on the podcast, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But I still want to do that.
So I mean, do what you got to do. I'm not pressuring you. I just want more content on the channel. That's all. And I think more content we get, the better. So,
but yeah. So I think this has been an episode.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good inaugural episode of
not
Top
the
Deck.
not the hard cut it, but the top deck. So anybody who's played any card game, top decking is you pull the first card off the top of the deck, and Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh is like, oh, this is the card I need to sodomize you. So that's top deck.
Sodomy and Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean, watch the show. That dude makes up that show is the main character making up his own rules as the game goes, and it makes no sense.
That's bizarre.
But top deck, it's we just take whatever. We were going to talk about board games today, and we never made it there.
We never made it there. No, we definitely need to do that though next next episode. I think we
But
should
so like
shoot for board games because there's many board games that I would love to talk about.
I did buy that book for Vampire the Masquerade that we were gonna play like 3 years ago, and we never did.
Shit, I want to play.
I have the book. I just packed it away somewhere back there. But
man, I wish I still had all my stuff for that. I had so many books.
Man. I have like X-Wing and stuff back there. But anyway, so yeah, you got anything else you want to? I'm afraid to talk. I'm afraid to say add anything because then that could not lead to another like 15-minute conversation.
No, I think we're good here. Definitely, we can wrap it up. But yeah, this is Top Deck, guys. So the one thing I would love to see happen with this show is for people to email us at btg@spoilerverse.com and throw some topics down that you'd love to hear us talk about. I think that'd be a really cool thing with this here. And, so btg@spoilerverse.com, email us and just say, hey, I'd love to hear you guys, your thoughts on this or on this or on this. And that'll be what, not totally, we'll have our own shit we talk about, but we'll bring up those topics as well.
Yeah. So with that has been Roberto. I haven't called you that since 2017. And your boy Skinny Penis. Sorry, John. And that has been Top Deck.
See you.